Just let me know when you want me to mute.
Don't look back, we're here to stay. A life we knew would come one day. And this is it, the borderline to where the future leaves us behind. The fire will burn and never die, looking through the eyes of a brand new life. And so just find me, just find me. Sparks will fly if we scream no. This is not how we're gonna go. We are the ones who will never let go. Just watch us roll to where no one knows. We'll never grow.
was disgusting. Oh my God, June. Oh.
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammates to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Phil is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and Wave Runners by the skin of their teeth are gonna be able to hold on.
And he played from horse. Holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Koi will quick scope heavy.
But it's gonna not necessarily translate to control of the bottom flank, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just taking such a back control here.
Team kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna try to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun him there, C1. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by teammates, and that's gonna be Hype Esports taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. After a little bit of technical difficulties, in case you guys don't know what was happening, Discord being a little bit weird with video sharing, we had to switch it up a little bit. But anyways, we're finally here, and I'm joined by the illustrious Brett Effects for this awesome evening.
Yeah, so hopefully everything is going to go all, just 100% correctly. We don't have any more issues. Man, I just cursed the stream right there. We're going to have all kinds of issues. But we do have, hopefully, a fantastic game today. It is going to be Hype Esports versus Valkyrie Gaming. And I got to say, both of these teams, they have a lot riding today. So it will be interesting to see how we have this actually go maybe to a game number 5. I don't know. Both these teams, I believe, are even in terms of their map scores so far, or their match scores. So this is, I think stat-wise, you're thinking this is going to be a relatively close match or an even match between the two teams. So definitely looking forward to the fireworks that should be happening here tonight.
Absolutely, Brett. As we'll soon see in the leaderboards, the audience can at least see, is that Valkyrie currently in 4th place, Hyped Esports. They're actually tied in win-loss, 3-4 and 3-4, but 2 maps separating them. Living Nightmare, I don't know if they've quite found a team to take their place yet, so it's very possible that they keep having to forfeit these until they find a new team to take up the mantle of Living Nightmare. So, Brett, this is huge. Like, a win in this between Hyped Esports and Valkyrie, that could really skyrocket Hyped Esports up. And especially if they do it 3-0, they'll take the spot of Valkyrie. If they lose a map, then they will be right where Living Nightmare is right now. Either way, that's a playoff spot on the line.
Yeah, huge implications here. This is going to be week number 9, I believe.
Yep.
Or 8. No, it's 9.
It is 9.
Man, I got to tell you what, it is, this season's going by fast. Yeah, so it is week number 9. We have one more week after this one. So yeah, both of these matches are going to be absolutely critical. So yeah, they are definitely going to be trying their damnedest to put a nail in it and to shoot them up further on into the stats board, the leaderboard there for this division. But we're going to be seeing the same thing coming out for Valkyrie as well. They are definitely not going to be wanting to lose out here. This is going to be really good for them as well. And you kind of mentioned Living Nightmare there. Living Nightmare, they did get, I believe, a forfeit loss last week. So they are hurting in terms of, their match win losses, and I'm not really sure what's going to be happening with them this week or the next week. So if we do see another forfeit coming on in, then obviously that's going to be not too good for them. They're pretty much going to be out of it, I think, for playoffs. But who knows? It is going to be very, very exciting stuff that we will be seeing, hopefully popping up here in the next 2 weeks. But yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about some of these rosters here. So first off, let's go ahead and take a look at,
Hyped Esports.
I believe it is going to be Hyped Esports.
Yes, indeed, Brett. Hyped Esports. They've got a little bit of a new face up in there again. Rosters ever changing, but the steady eddies are going to be Frags and Epus from last time. I believe Pattern was there as well, but Zion is going to be the new addition to the roster this week. Going into Valk, I don't think it's quite the same thing. Take it away, Brett.
Yeah, so Valkyrie, I believe, is the same exact group that we are going to be seeing last week. It's going to be Hoove, Class, Dawn, and Viper. These guys, they had a little bit of a rough patch last week. They did play Indiana Syndicate, who is turning out to be a really, really good team. They did end up losing that match. I believe it was a 3-1. But Hoove really showed up that match. We saw some really good, solid play throughout the entirety of the match. Dawn obviously had some really good rounds in the control, which was the only map that they did end up taking. And if Dawn can kind of show that prowess again tonight, but maybe stretch it into a hard point or two, then that could be very, very scary here for Hyped to have to deal with. But every single one of those players from Valkyrie, if they just kind of step it up just a bit here, I think that we're going to be seeing some really good plays coming out of them. But yeah, across the board, Valkyrie, I think, is going to be a pretty solid team. As you said, Hyped, they're also going to be a fairly solid team. Both of these teams, I believe, that we cast last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and as I'll let the audience see our beautiful faces one more time before this match gets started, Brett, we have one more thing to talk about before this. And I want to intro this with a little bit of something interesting here. And that's a statistic that Valkyrie, they might not quite like. The last 2 series that they've played, they have lost in round 11 in a search and destroy on raid. So would you think going into this, Brett, I know you know the result now, but would you say that they tried a 3rd time, or you think, no, we're not playing raid search and destroy again if we're Valkyrie?
Now, I think round 11s are not too terrible. Obviously, you do take it the distance. So, maybe just some small mistakes there that they would probably leave that in.
Yeah, well, it appears that they don't quite share that same point of view with you, Brett, as we will soon see here. The maps will be on your screen shortly, ladies and gentlemen. It is not going to be raid this time. In fact, it's only one raid, and that is the 4th hardpoint if we get that far. I think we will. But first of all, we're going to have to get past Checkmate, Moscow, and Checkmate. I've been seeing a lot more love for Checkmate, especially on Control. Many, many more teams picking it now that I feel that people have started to break open the meta a little bit on the attacking side.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot more of these maps that were hated at the very beginning, which, I mean, they had a really good reason as to why they were being hated. Let's not forget just how bad some of those spawn traps that we did see at the beginning of the year on them. But I think as teams learn how to play these maps, they kind of learn how to set up and their timings and how to break certain setups that, it's going to be more of a comfortable pick for these guys. And then also you could see it as just something that, one team, if they can really specialize in like a Garrison or a Checkmate, these maps that are absolutely just devastating if you know how to play them, and if they can make that part of their map pool and then they're able to go into a series with it, and it's just kind of like a straight up, it's one of their picks, and it's just most teams auto ban them, then it can kind of throw the other team for a curveball. And I won't say it's going to be an easy win, but it'll be a easier time to win if those teams are comfortable on the map. So I think that we might be seeing those popping up a little bit more. But yeah, another thing too that I do want to touch on, we were talking about Control there for a few seconds, is the fact that Control, I believe, is at some point going to get an update on how the actual time is gathered for each of the points. So when we get to that Control map, we can touch on that a little bit more as to how that might actually change the dynamic of some of these maps as well. But first of all, we are going to be on Checkmate Hardpoint, and we are going to be seeing some fireworks coming out of this one. Both teams, I think, just have really, really good potential, especially in their sub players, to make an impact. So I'm really looking forward to how those guys are going to be faring here. But who is your player to watch out of this match here, Kamika?
That's a tough one. Can I pick one for both teams, Brett? Is that okay?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
One player for both sides. Obviously on Valkyrie. You might expect me to say Hoof, but on a map like this, I think we're going to need to see a whole world's worth of effort out of Viper, because if I remember correctly, he is one of their main ARs. He was doing a really good job in the last series, but it did not quite get them over the line up against Indiana Syndicate. So yeah, you see Viper on your screen right now. He's with the AR. He's going to have to do something absolutely seriously good with it. On the other side, I'm going to have to pick Frag. Complete opposite category, and yeah, it looks like Valkyrie not quite ready. Unable to load into the map in time is going to be Hoove. So yeah, and nobody respawning either, which is pretty weird, Brett. But yeah, that's a little bit of a weird one, I gotta be totally honest, as I'm gonna bring it back to us real quick, just while we wait for this to be restarted.
I did say that I cursed the cast, so
did.
I take all the blame on that one, guys. It's all my fault. But yeah, I kind of agree with your picks there. I don't disagree. Viper was a fairly solid player in the respawns in that last match. If he is able to kind of step it up, a little bit more, along with who's just playing his regular game, then yeah, I think that they have a really, really good shot at taking this hard point. On the flip side of it, Frags was just lights out in the hard points in their last match last week. He was looking fantastic. I think he had an overall he had an average KD of 1.63 and just looked great in the hard point at a 1.06. So He's definitely lighting up the scoreboards there for his team. So yeah, I definitely agree with your picks there. I think that it's going to be pretty interesting, to see how that actually ends up playing out, especially on this particular map, because we have been seeing, honestly, I think I've cast pretty consistently across the board raid hardpoints as our very first hardpoint for a while. It's been raid, and I think maybe it was last week or the week before last. I think I had 3 matches in a row where it was raid 3 maps for the first 3 maps. It was insane. So yeah, the teams have definitely been favoring raid, and to see them on something else is going to be a little bit of a breath of fresh air. I kind of wish that we were going to be seeing Apocalypse maybe coming on in. That is a very, very fun map. I think that teams, it has a really interesting dynamic to it. You have to be aggressive, but you have to time your aggression just right on that particular map in order for it to actually pay off, or it can be very harshly punished. So, but anywho's, yeah, so we are just going to be waiting for these players to jump on in. I do want to just talk a little bit, just while we're kind of chilling out here just a little bit. What did you think of the major?
Oh God,
this
Brett.
weekend? Like seriously,
I have a lot to say. So much to say.
I mean, to be honest with you, I had not counted on Ultra doing as well as they did. In fact, I tweeted it out. I was like, this is going to be, I think it was Saturday night. I tweeted it out. I was like, this is going to be a Rocker FaZe match. And I even had FaZe winning it versus Rocker. So very surprised on my part.
Yeah, Brett, I pretty much was in the same category there as you, but I did put a little bit of a caveat to that. What I did say, and I was right on, is that whoever wins the losers bracket match between Ultra and Rocker will go on to beat Dallas Empire. And I was at least that part right. I was wrong as to who would win the losers bracket semis match. And I was also wrong in the fact that they wouldn't beat FaZe. But I mean, hey, 1 out of 3, it's still a failing grade, but it's still better than a 0. Ah, man, Brett. But what else can we really say other than we're surprised at the result, surprised out of Bance. And I mean, yeah, I have there are going to be so many Bance memes, like especially with the breathing and stuff like that. Don't know if you ever seen good old Demon Slayer, but the man was pulling out the total concentration breathing in that one. Can't hear you.
It was a team effort on that one. Bance had his moments, absolutely, but Kleenex was absolutely frying. Cammy had some really, really fantastic plays as well. I mean, every single one of those players on that team were just firing off on all cylinders, and it was really nice to watch FaZe getting frustrated for once. Those guys, like, I have nothing against FaZe. In fact, I some of my favorite players are Simp and Abizi, since they were on the United roster, and even on the Academy roster. I love watching them play. I think that they are going to go down in history in Call of Duty as some of the best players that have ever played the game. But dude, my God, just to see them really struggling, that was just fun. Yeah. But anyways, we are going to be in the game now. This is going to be Valkyrie versus Hype eSports, map number 1 here on Checkmate Hardpoint, as we start this off with a fuse. And right now, really nobody getting a whole lot of time.
Yeah, all of Valkyrie is basically stacked on the objective. It seems like they're in the school of thought that they want to take a whole lot of time off of this here, Brett. They're going to try and force Hyped Esports to be a little bit more aggressive than they maybe would want to be on this side of the map. Epuz, he's going to have to go in and do a little bit of something here. In the meantime, Pattern trying to get an off angle and get some shots in on the side of the plane, but nothing really going into the hands of Hyped Esports. A lot of their pushes are a little bit dispersed, and they're getting taken down one at a time before the other can really get in position. Valk, they are going to be getting a lot of ground off of this, including the spawns. Holy crap, this is exactly why you do that kind of thing there, Brett. And Hyped Esports, they've only got Pattern left alive back here. He's got a whole lot of work to do from this position.
I like what Valk is doing. Yeah, they're giving up that time inside the middle of the map. They don't even care, though. They want the spawns coming on up. Frax is going to be able to connect with a really good shot. He does get traded out there from Hoove, though, but the pinch is going to be coming on in. And not sure where Hoove actually got hit, but look at that. That's going to be Pattern coming up huge versus Dawn. But the spawns are in the favor right now of Valkyrie. They have been able to clear this out, so this should be some relatively good time going back over into the favor here of Valkyrie if they can get this cleanup on a fuse.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hill that you would have had to probably break into anyway if you hadn't gotten the good spawns. So overall, good for Valkyrie. Even though they don't get the full amount of time after breaking the spawns, they're still looking pretty good, making it nice and competitive. Apu's gonna just sit on here and contest. Viper gonna fry him right off the objective with the Krig 6, but you see Hyped Esports already pivoting, getting towards that middle plane and watching for those exit frags. We've got Pattern watching the exit from the crate. No one really watching any of the other exit points. As you see, they're gonna try and get a little bit of a lead off of this because they can afford to do that with their positioning.
Pattern right now. Gonna try and get a couple of kills here as he does transition over. Nice pick up there onto Don. Looking for Class, but Class just rips his head off. Not going to be happening at whatsoever. And we do see him now hyped with the control on the hard point as they start to gather some momentum here down below the plane. For now, Valkyrie, they have gotten control of the top levels. This is going to give them really, really good sight lines that they are going to be able to abuse here, especially making sure that they are going to be on top of these next rotations that are going to be coming on in. But Frags not able to hold on. Still 30 seconds left onto this hard point. So a lot of time here that could potentially be given up. Nobody onto the point here getting time. Finally, we do see Valkyrie starting to jump on, but the reinforcements have come in for Hyped Esports. And honestly, Valkyrie probably should have gotten an easy 15 seconds off of that, but maybe just not sure where those players were going to be. Maybe trying to set up for some spawn traps just didn't go their way. But look at Fuse here. He comes around onto the flank, not able to pick up just one. Unfortunately, as we are going to be seeing now, the next hill is going to be going over towards Hype.
Yeah, the good thing for Valkyrie right now is that they got the spawns right up and away from Hyped. Good thing for Hyped is that they have plenty of time to get them back. They're going to force Valkyrie to push in hard here to prevent a huge amount of point gappage going on here, Brett. You see Pattern. He's got Class in his sights, and he's going to take him down. No one really here to help him, though. Zion, he's going to try and get control over plane. But if you want to get these spawns, I think the best opportunity would be for them to get the point, get an overshell from Valk, and push right on through from there and flip them out for next like that. This next hill is the one that's really going to be do or die for Valkyrie here, Brett, especially with so much time going into the hands of Hyped. You see, if you cannot get control over this next hill, really, with teams this close without some sort of in-way into their spawn.
Well, right now, Pattern, he's going to be moving on up to try and connect over here onto this next hill, but Frags will not be able to hold on to that flank. Does end up getting picked up, but we do see the trash time going over right now towards that Hyped Esports team, and they will be able to have a nice little lead here, about doubling right now of Valkyrie, but Zion, he's going to be waiting for his opportunity maybe to pounce, as we do see a big heavy rotation coming in from Frags. That should give him some really decent spawns coming on up if Frags can actually connect with a couple of these kills. Dawn does end up getting picked up as well, so the attack is going to be commencing. It is going to be going over into the favor here of Hyped, as we will be seeing now the push coming up for Valkyrie. They have flipped this out, but they're just not getting any time. I think this is going to be devastating here.
Yeah. Unless
we can really start seeing a good chunk of time going their way on these next couple of hard points. This lead could get way out of hand. And look at that. We did see Valkyrie winning out on those respawns, but they're not actually getting onto the hill. This is just terrible.
Yeah, this is a tough look for Valkyrie. That's a hill that you really needed to and should have gotten a lot of time off of. But an inexplicable break coming in from a great rotation from Hyped, just getting around the back, killing their entire setup, and maybe killing the vibe here, hopefully not. But Valkyrie, they've got a whole lot of room to gain on their opponents right now. This contest hill is going to be very contestable, as the name would suggest, but Hyped, they're having a little bit of a hard time on this one again. This is a hill that Valkyrie did a whole lot of good on. Now, if they can just improve their P2 positioning from last time and they don't get broken, you see they got the spawns again already for it, Brett, after not having them at the beginning, they can totally come back into this. Just need a solid performance on P2 this time.
Oh, Don just went huge there. Picks up 2 on a rotation towards the south side of the map. That was massive. They're going to be able to pick up almost all of this time, gets them back into this game, possibly even taking the lead here in a few moments. And Don is just, he is cooking right now. 3 streak, 13 and 12. I believe he was negative 3 kills there for a little while, but all of a sudden he has picked it up. And then Hoove, his teammate, also on a 5 kill streak. Every single one of them actually is on a streak right now. Valkyrie looking fantastic, as they were kind of a little bit slow there, at the very least getting onto the points, but now they're starting to heat up just a little bit.
Yeah, Hoove looking like Mr. Bombastic right now. He's knocking on the door. Streaks, Brett. Got a guy showing up in here. He sees the nade come out, but is he going to go for the wall bang shell here? I don't quite know if he is. He does get the better of one, but flank coming around the side. Good teamwork from Hyped to get that break, and this is exactly what Valkyrie did not need. It's basically even Stevens on a hill and you're not going to get a whole lot of time off of this hill, especially with these pushes that they're making it falling flat on their faces. Pattern on the border streaks now after taking them away from Hoove. Hoove gonna return the favor and take him down again. But yeah, Valkyrie really need to be getting a lot more time off of these money hills than they are. They've been just getting broken way too easily off of the hills that are the most easy to defend on the map, P5 and P2, Brett.
Yeah, they have been broken quite easily here these last couple of times. So we are going to be seeing the setup, though, and it is going to be Hyped Esports locking it down for the time being, but coming in from behind, that's going to be Valkyrie just wiping the floor. Hoove, once again, is going to be just showing on up. The man is on a mission. 3 streak. He does have the artillery here as well, so that could play a role further on down into this match, and we are neck and neck here as 165 to 161. Now we could see about a 30-second lead start to develop potentially here, but no, Hyped Esports is able to jump on in, at the very least start contesting this. And honestly, we said that it was going to be fireworks here. That's exactly what's happening, as both of these teams are not giving at all. They are definitely ripping and tearing through each other. That's exactly what we want to see. Class here does end up going down. We do see a push for next. Pattern are going to be leading that charge, but Dawn is already there and waiting. Dawn 16 and 17 on a 2-kill streak. Now, this is a guy that I had talked about before. I wanted to see him really starting to step it up, and that's what he's starting to do. So really good stuff coming out from him, but man, now it's up to Hoove, 25 and 16, looking fantastic as we do see that contestation coming in.
He doesn't see him, Brett. He totally doesn't see the guy hopping on the contest there, and Apoos does totally pew the face off of Viper World there. Hyped Esports might be able to make a little bit of a push through here. Pattern, he's waiting for the reach out to come out from Valkyrie. He's going to find Class, made a trophy system throw, but doesn't anticipate the follow-up Chal. And now Valkyrie breaking onto the objective. That's a good little break for them to get, keeping it nice and close. And that really does hurt Hyped Esports in the fact that Valkyrie, if they can just get their proper setup this time, it's really, and they really need to need to get it this time here, Brett. They can't get broken again. I really hope that for their sake, they don't get broken again on this next hill, but they're really going to need to do it now. Pattern, he's going to see that Class has made his way onto the objective, but look at Frag is coming around the back. He's making some noise back here, and he does finally get taken down. That's good from Valkyrie to hold back their spawn. They do get broken off of it initially, but still can win off of this, or maybe even 1 second off of the next hill.
Yeah, we definitely need to be seeing contesting going down, but look at that number 3. That was going to be Dawn getting up in the plane, causing some problems. That is fantastic plays there from him. He does get found out and taken down, but that's slowing down the progress, trying to get onto the point itself. And we are getting very close. And like you said, they absolutely can win it here. Well, not anymore now that it has been contested, I believe, for a second. But this is huge here, as we do see Class still going to be locking it down. Now, if I was Hyped Esports, I would try and get at least one more body in there just to make sure that we have contested enough. But look at Dawn going off, picking up 3. Oh my God. The rotations are going to be up, and look at who they are in favor for. It's going to be Valkyrie, as now Hyped Esports is pinned into the back of the map, and Valkyrie win right away when the hill pops. That was a beautiful 2 hills that came in from Valkyrie.
Yeah, that was much better on the P5, and that, if they had not been able to do it that time, Brett, that would have probably been series going the other way. But just huge clutching up, not just on the entire team, but also from Dawn. He's been pretty, he might not have the most pretty of KDs, but man, did he win some gunfights. Case in point right here, he takes down another one. I think Frags does get him at the end of that little feed there, but yeah, that is going to be Valkyrie taking a very, very close and much needed win in the hard point. Just remember real quick that we are going into Search and Destroy, which Valkyrie, although all their defeats have come on Raid and it's Moscow this time, whole lot of round 11 losses for Valkyrie. If they can just prevent it from getting to that point again, Brett, I think their chances go up tremendously. They just have to end it up a little bit quicker and not let their opponents get to that round 11.
Well, it is going to be in Moscow as well. You know, they haven't had too much luck on Raid, but moving on to a different map, maybe it's going to be a completely different team for these guys. So I don't know, but we had said, or at least I did, that Don needed to show up. He had a fantastic showing in that control last week. I said, hey, if he can actually show up in these hard points, this is going to be a scary team. Don shows up, man. That was some beautiful plays. He was able to just lock it down, had some fantastic flanks. That's what we need to be seeing from Valkyrie. So Hoove getting the help that he desperately needed there. He's not trying to just one-man strong arm it here in this match. And if you can have two players start firing off for this Valkyrie team, man, hyped. I don't know, man. This is going to be a very, very scary match for them. But yeah, going on into this Moscow S&D. I don't think I've actually watched either of these teams on Moscow before, so I'm not really sure what their tendencies are, but I do like Moscow. Moscow is another map that I think if Raid hadn't come into the map pool, I think that Moscow would probably be one of your default maps to go to. It seems like a very balanced map. I think it's like the most second balanced map in my opinion, just because you can rotate to both of those bomb sites. And there is some really interesting plays that you can have up through the middle of the map. And we've actually seen some interesting plays coming out both on the amateur side and the pro side of some really fun and cool strategies where you actually fake out the other team. Some nice little bait and switches going on down through there where the bomb carrier is going. And I don't know, maybe we're going to be seeing some more exciting plays like that here.
It wouldn't surprise me too much, Brett. I'm going to be honest with you. I did get to cast a little bit of the APAC Challengers last weekend, and they were just doing exactly what you said. Very rare were the sub rushes to A. I think we're starting to see a little bit of a meta shift here in the pro scene and elsewhere to some more holistic approaches to this map. Like, they're taking the American football approach, Brett. They're trying to just keep showing the other objective besides the one that you just can sub rush and absolutely just smoke everybody on. And then when they feel confident that they're not going to be, too many people on the objective for the the counter push there and just like the counter stack, you know what I'm saying? That is when they go. I've seen so many times teams just keep going B, and then the one time they go A, they have one guy showing there, he gets caught out, and then the site is for free with the manpower advantage in the hands of the attackers, bomb down, and it's so hard to come back from. You just got to be always on your toes on the defense of this map.
Yeah. Now, I do want to point out that right now we are from our last match that we did see. Hyped was 2.25 here for pattern in the S&D, 2.67 for frags in the S&Ds. So these guys went off last week in their S&D gameplay. On the other side of it for Valkyrie, who really the only one that had a solid gameplay with a 1.12. So yeah, every single one of the players here from Valkyrie, they need to step it up. And oh my God, that's a fantastic way to start your first bloods.
Yeah, but Epuz, he does find his way in there, and somehow, some way, they just divide and conquer the Valkyrie players. I just don't think they saw Epuz get up there. They naded out the guy there, and yeah, Epuz, he just ran right past him. They did totally not see this coming. Class tried to pick up the guy on elevator and give some extra help, but looking the wrong way at the wrong time, Epuz puts two of them close together like that, and that is a great defensive round in the hands of Hyped Esports. I mean, we did get a few kills going the other way, but that is a very tough start for Valkyrie. On the defensive side now, how is Hyped Esports going to react? It seems like they're still going hard for that sub rush onto A, Brett.
We are going to be seeing potentially a flank as well coming on in. It's going to be number 3 on your screen, so maybe keep an eye on him. But some action going down onto the bomb site itself. Hoove is going to get traded out after getting a kill himself. So we're down to a 3 versus 3. And there you have Don coming onto the flank. He's going to be able to pick up 1, looking for 2. If Fuse has to push on out, but he gets caught. And that's going to be Valkyrie with a nice answer back. 1-1. We're tied up.
Yeah, mega unfortunate for their guy in the back. He was watching that area for just a second, and then as soon as he looked away, Don just absolutely blasts him in the back with some hot lead, and yeah, just like that, even Stevens, Brett. Attack looking very difficult for both teams because, I don't know, you just can't really pin down these defenders. A whole lot of flanking, a whole lot of shots coming out from mid-map, a whole lot of people being in unexpected places. It just seems to be the case early on, early jitters, because people, they know what is on the line here. This is a playoffs match for both teams, basically. Pattern, he's going to be right behind Hoop, takes down 1. Class is wise to it, though, and he does get the trade out frag. But Viper, unable to get the rotation of the rest of his teammates without getting smacked down upon himself. Don, they're going to be able to get the plant down here, Brett, but him and Class, they are going to not be able to go too far here, and that is going to allow Hyped Esports to push back in as carefully as they want.
Oh, Class not able to win that first kill. It's going to be a Fuse picking it up. Frags is now starting to rotate back inside the bomb. It's all up to Don. What is he going to do? We do see him starting to hop it. Is he going to be able to check this in time? Is he going to be able to spot this out in time? Don does come on in. He is going to be able to pick him up. It's going to be a 1 versus 1. Now all down to a Fuse here to try and pick it up. It is getting down to the very last couple of seconds, and he's rotating all the way back around. He's gonna go for the no, he's gonna go for the kill, but he won't have enough time. Yes! Oh my god, It's gonna be close. When did he hit it? He didn't have enough time there. Beautiful play right there. We see from Valkyrie, they will be able to take the round. Yes, they all get killed, but in the end, it's the round win that matters. Good stuff.
I mean, he did get the kill that mattered there at the end, Brett. You see, this is it right here, Dawn. Just the inability to cover the guy on the defuse is what really, really hurt Hyped Esports there. Just walked right in there. Guy sitting right in the middle of the floor. No one really helping him out there, and he's just going to get absolutely lit up like a Christmas tree. Hyped Esports, that is a round that could have easily gone the other direction, and if this does start to go the distance and they don't win this match, then you're going to start to think maybe what if that match had gone a little bit differently. Class going to be getting a whole lot of action towards the street, but gets absolutely nothing for all those shots he put in. It's crazy. Don already on the rotation, but will it come in time? I think he's going to be able to catch at least one on the rotation here, Brett, because, I mean, Hyped Esports, while they are planning the objective right now, they are pushing up a little bit gingerly and leaving Zion in the middle.
Right now, Don, though, I don't think they've spotted him out. Zion, I think, is just being a little... No, I think they know that he's back here, yeah. And they are going to be able to catch Don. Beautiful job right there from Zion. Now up to Hoove in a 1 versus 4. He is going to be getting pushed here. Can he make it out alive? He does. And right now, Hyped, they do have that bomb down, but Hoove has a lot of work to do. Will not be able to make it. Does end up going down 2-2, tying up. Do want to point out the fact that Fuse, though, right now was 6-1. So he is going to be looking for streaks potentially here in just a few seconds. I think he's on a 4 or 5 streak at the moment, which could be absolutely pivotal later on in the game. Yeah, he's on a 5 streak right now. So this is some big stuff here from Fuse. If he can actually, kind of maybe sit back on this and collect himself a couple more kills, that would be a nice little safety net moving on in this game.
Yeah, Diffuses could also be coming in here and getting him over that score line as well, Brett. You see Viper, he's going a little bit mid, but I think it's just more of a defensive posture in mid than otherwise. Apuz does get a nice little kill there in the beginning. Frag's gonna hop back out, see if he can get a little bit of something, and when he doesn't, oh my god, Pattern coming up right the middle of the map. Viper, I think he got caught a little bit stranded there. That's a little bit mega unfortunate as his entire team is now down. Zion is mid-map. He does catch the guy that was countering him mid-map. He would be able to make a rotation here, Brett, but doesn't have the bomb. Mega unfortunate for him. Pattern, man, definitely knows that he has the bomb down, wrong button, but yeah, you see, he knows what is going down here. Bomb literally right here. Viper has to play for the retake now.
He doesn't have the bomb, but he's got a lot of time to work with here. Oh, he does get spotted out there from Frags. Takes a little bit of damage. And we'll see if he can actually pick up this kill. This would be huge here. But nobody's going to be pressuring just yet. They're going to very wisely, I think, Hyped Esports playing the clock out. Pattern should be able to pick up this kill easy peasy. Yes, he does. And that is going to be Hyped Esports taking the lead here in this game. And the fact that, yes,
he did.
Valkyrie lost that round. But I will say this. They were able to take down a Fuse with the potential for streaks. So that is at least a little bit of a win. Whether they knew it or not, that is going to be a slight win there for them. But we'll see how they actually answer back. And I do want to point out the fact, too, Frags, 0-4, put up that donut.
Yeah, but, I mean, Apuz, he's got basically enough killing for the both of them combined. Well, the thing that really, really hurt Valkyrie in that round is that a guy ran right down middle. I think they were just so sold on the fact that if someone came down mid, Viper would get him, but when a guy comes through mid, completely takes him by surprise. And now, guy going down mid, that's Hoove. That is a little bit of a tough loss for Valkyrie. He's usually their top performer, going down instantly in the beginning of the round. And now Hyped Esports, off the first blood, they're going to be able to make their way to B. Valkyrie, they're doing the right thing, though. They're all standing together, and they're going to see if they can get a little bit of a pick on long here. Viper, if he can get just one here. Oh, Apu's going to be literally sitting on a silver platter there for him. It does take him down. And he sees Zion through the broken glass, but that's still a good pick for him nonetheless, as Hyped Esports get the bomb down. Valkyrie, even Stevens for the retake.
Oh, Frags, that's a very, very critical kill, along with Pattern taking down Dawn. So now it's down to a 1v3. Viper He's going to have to show just some prowess here, and he can't actually do it. Hyped. Man, they are starting to gain some momentum here. I think that's 3 rounds in a row they've been able to take down. They take the lead 2-4. They're not looking like they're going to slow down whatsoever. This is a little scary here for Valkyrie.
Yeah, I mean, they did get the pick, but both of them losing their individual gunfights. Their frags legit one shot right there as he exits that gunfight, the victor. Oh my god, Brett. This is looking really, really good. And now streaks on the possibility again here for Pattern. And I mean, if he plays in a position that is likely to get kills right now, I think I know exactly where he's going right now. Probably going to go right underneath the gold window here. Yes, indeed. No, he's actually just going to play a little bit closer to the chest. It would have been interesting if he had gone there, because Valkyrie, he would have been able to get at least one there if he positioned himself right. Hoof, he's actually checking that corner. So Pattern's position might be a little bit better than I thought. Just knows his opponent better than I do, and he gets Dawn down, gets Hoof down, and now just like that, that is Bomb down, 2 down, 3 down, and that is Streaks on the board. Oh my god, that is absolutely huge. Viper by himself, plenty of time, but still a lot on his plate with the 1v4.
Give this man the ace. He gets it. Pattern going huge there, picking up all 4 as he makes it to 5 rounds for his team. Beautiful plays going down. This is top play worthy right here, as he just snaps on every single one of these plays. Like, these guys didn't know what hit him. He just rotates back on out, able to pick up 3 players very fast, sets up, gets the 4th. Beautiful plays coming out. And as you said, getting streaks as well. Valkyrie, man, what do you do in this situation?
You just gotta take it 1 round at a time. You just gotta get in the mindset, oh, we just need to take this 1 more round, guys. 1 more round, 1 more round, 1 more round, just like that. Even if it's just to get your confidence back going into the next round. I mean, Valkyrie, they did win the first map, so it's not totally necessary that they win this. Hyped eSports are making a big fat play to Class and Viper. They do have a nice little crossfire potential going here, but they do get him without a single reply coming out from Class. He tries to get out of there, and he gets fried as well. And I mean, Pattern does get taken down, but at the same time, Valkyrie, they've lost a little bit more in the situation. Mid-hold coming in here from Valkyrie. They're at least playing close together, and it seems like they're going for the flank together. Did Dapuz see that? I think the answer is absolutely yes, he does. He takes down Hoove in the back. Dawn, he doesn't get the kill on the other end, so he's basically trapped in their spawn. Not a whole lot they can do here. Hyped eSports might be taking this, Brett.
If Dawn pulls this off, this would be just insane to keep them back into this map, but something tells me that's not going to be happening. Bomb down, so he's going to have to make a play here pretty soon. We'll be able to spot out 1, and yeah, that was just not meant to be. As we see Hyped eSports being able to take map number 2 in a very convincing 6-2 fashion. I don't want to say necessarily it was all on the back of Pattern, but my god, the guy was definitely pulling his weight and then some. I think he finished out 12-3. The guy was on freaking fire that game.
Yeah, the dude, smoke's still coming off of him right now, Brett. He is red hot right now. Man is on fire. Holy crap. Wow, that was, like you said, it doesn't take much more convincing of me than that to say that Hyped eSports definitely have a shot in this series, especially if they can take this next map on the Control. I mean, Valkyrie, they've looked pretty decent on Control, Brett. I think that's the one game that they did win up against Indiana Syndicate. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But yes. Yeah, it was the one. So yeah, Valkyrie, they've looked pretty good in all maps on this mode. And I'm sure these guys do play at a high level, especially Hoove. So they're going to know the in-depth strategies. Like, they're going to know to stack the objective. They're going to know exactly how to win on a map like this. Whereas in the beginning on this map, Brett, just a quick reminder for everyone of the map set right now. We're going into Checkmate Control. We've been seeing a lot more win percentage on this map, especially in the pro scene. I think in the beginning, at least until after the first major, I think this map had a staggering 0% attacking win ratio for this map, Brett. That's crazy how things have changed.
Yeah, it comes down to the fact that, well, one, you have meta shifts within the guns, right? That definitely changes the way the play styles work out. And then on top of that, you just have teams learning how to play the maps. They learn timings, they learn how to stack points. As we have seen, you stack these points and it fills up very, very fast on that meter. So you do see those teams now starting to kind of collectively push all at once to try and get those ticks in. And on a map like Checkmate too, this is one that I think that if you can get some very early time on, I believe it's B, just like one tick on it or so, at the very least you're distracting the other team. If you can finish out with about a minute, like a minute and maybe minute and 10 seconds or so, and get that extra minute on top of it, like that's going to be huge here. So I'm really curious to see how these teams are going to be playing this particular map. If they're going to be going in maybe for a two-pronged attack right from the start. I would personally, whoever starts out on attack, especially because both of these teams are both 1-1 so far in map counts. So we're at the very least going to be seeing another hard point. I would like to see some, just wild strategies coming on out. Whoever's on attacking side, just go for it. Get crazy with it. Try and just throw off your opponent. Just throw them off.
Yeah, I think I've basically seen it all on this map, Brett. You can rush plane, you can do a split push, but what I seem to see work really, really well is a little bit of dedication to plane, but also a little bit of dedication to the A objective. And if you can get enough kills on that, say you get like 2 or 3 kills and you don't like get the same amount going on your end for the deaths, then I would say it's not too out of the realm of possibilities that you can run right through the objective and into the spawn and get a whole bunch of kills on the defenders. And that can really help you even if you don't win the attack when it comes to getting that Game 5 defense.
Yeah, that's one thing in Control that you have to remember. There are multiple ways that you can win. You can do it based on time. You can do it based on captures. You can do it based on kills. So Hoove goes huge with Dawn and Hoove both getting kills. That is massive. Valkyrie takes a slight lead in the live count and gets onto the point super early, as they should be able to get that second tick in. They do. And if Fuse, though, comes on in, he's going to be trying to play spoiler. He does. Will be able to pick up one. Is he going to be able to get the turnaround on Class? He just can't quite make it happen. Class is going to be able to jump on there for a few moments. So not going to be getting that third capture in there just yet, but that 2 ticks is going to help them out, especially if we do see a connected push going about 2 or 3 players onto it. They should be able to make that go very, very fast in the meter.
Look at that though, Brett. Hoove taken down at 2 on the bottom of the map. He's going to justify a little bit of a push out from the spawn here, and he's just going to use that positioning to help his teammates get out as well. No push to A, despite what you might think if you're hyped esports, or maybe yes indeed a push to A. Dawn coming in very audaciously. He's sitting pretty and waiting. Class goes down, but Dawn now knows where they're coming from. Can totally push right on through if he wants to. Zion gonna go in for the chow and see if he can get some exit kills here, but Dawn gonna see if he can get some exit kills of his own and then some. Could totally run right into the spawn and do some damage here if your Valkyrie just push through here, but you see, hyped esports, they were positioned a second ago like they knew that, but Zion all by himself here. If he gets pushed by these 2 guys, this could be devastating. Huge gunfight win for Dawn. You see Viper, he's not that hurt, but they do pick up on that very quickly, hyped esports, and that is going to be even Steven lives, but Dawn can still do some damage here. It's really going to come down to if Valkyrie can maintain their positioning after those few losses.
Absolutely. So still evened up here in the live count right now. No ticks going in onto B. That is Class just smacking the hell out of a Fuse. Maybe you can knock some sense into him, but that was a good play here for the plane so far. Valkyrie not able to get in a good attacking position. Hyped esports has been doing a fantastic job of holding them off. They're just continuing to do so. Zion is going to be coming on in, been able to push off. It looks like 1, maybe 2 players. There's Pattern wrapping around the side. He's going to be able to pick up Dawn. So yeah, this is just really a slugfest here in the top, and this might go down to just kills, 8-12, and this is looking good here for Hyped. Yeah. We got about 30 seconds left on the clock. Only about 7 lives left here for Valkyrie. This is a big win right here for Hyped.
Yeah, but the dangerous thing here is, Brett, is if Hoove can still get some kills on the guys close here and his teammates help him out, then oh man, that's a little bit not going with what I was saying here. But I mean, as soon as they took a few many deaths going around the back, maybe you change up the strategy and say, hey, let's just go for the stack now instead. But huge positioning from Pattern takes them all down, basically, and not enough players to get onto the objective. Hype esports, they do take a very scrappy defensive round, but in the end, the life count was not really that close. I think they got away with about 10 over their opponent, and if they can come out with a very convincing attack, then that might really, really hurt Valkyrie's chances of getting that final defense.
Yeah, even if they don't win on the attacking sides, if they can at least keep that life count close, like you're talking about,
Exactly.
then yeah, this could be very, very bad going into round number 5 if it does go that far. So yeah, what's going to be the response coming out here from Hyped? Are they going to be able to get this attacking round? As we said before, very, very heavily weighted towards defense, but Hyped is looking pretty good so far. Pattern looking fantastic. Fuse as well has been able to get some really good kills going his direction, but opening this up, it's looking like Valkyrie is going to be able to stuff him as they put 3 down really quick, and Hoove looking to make it number 4, but he does get countered here from a Fuse. Once again, a Fuse is making himself known and doing some damage.
Yeah, Apuz, he's in a great position here, but Class does finally take him down. Does get the bait out for Zion to get the trade, but you see Hoove, he's already in position to take up his teammate's mantle, holding on the yellow crate from A. This is a great position to be in if you're Valkyrie, especially Hoove. Close quarters is going to be absolutely frying those guys every single time when you've got the initiative advantage with the first shot. Dawn does take down 1 as well. You see, they might be doing 1-for-1 trades right now, but you can afford to do that when you're Valkyrie. In this round, you'll eventually whittle away the lives of Hyped Esports, but if you really, really want to stick it to Hyped, then you're gonna really need to want to make it 2-for-1 trades, because you do have that life deficit from the previous round to address as well.
Oh my god, right now it is just Valkyrie destroying Hyped, 24 and 15 in terms of the life count. Wow. This is terrible. I mean, not even getting a single tick onto the point, barely touching B. Zion is going to be all the way up in their stuff right here, able to pick it up. Valkyrie looking fantastic overall in that defense. That is what we're used to seeing on defense for Checkmate. That's one of the reasons why this map wasn't played too often.
Yeah, one thing to note though, Brett, silver linings for Hyped Esports is maybe it's a good thing that they lost that so quick, because I mean, they ended that round with a lot more lives than Valkyrie did, so a lot less killing going into the hands of Valkyrie on their defensive round. You see, they still, it's actually very close. I think they might have just taken the lead, maybe by a little bit, judging by the cross-sectional comparison. I think it's only by 1 that they're ahead by, though, Brett. That's pretty dang crazy. But yeah, Valkyrie, this is going to be a very pivotal round. If they can do exactly the same and maybe even a little bit better, then Hyped Esports is in a world of trouble when it comes to round number 5.
Well, speaking of Valkyrie, let's go ahead and go for a quick listen in and see how these guys are shaping up.
Hey, this guy under.
Okay.
Got
AP. Alright. Let's work again. Let's work again.
Bottom.
Nice.
One's low red still. I gotta kill that guy.
One's A dead. No. One more,
Under right.
One top green crate and one's A. Nice.
He's weak their side.
Okay.
Great. 1 bullet. Wow, I got
Top guy jumped off on an A.
Okay, we're good. Take your time. We're chilling.
Third side A.
Yeah.
Look at this guy top.
Good.
Well, that was an interesting little listen in there. I don't really know what to make of it, if I'm totally honest with you, Brett. Valkyrie, they sounded very, very calm. It wasn't like too frantic all the time. Definitely, I really don't know what to make of it. It was very, very stoic, those comms. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was bad or good in either way. I mean, it didn't really sound like they were very, very hyped up, but at the same time, it didn't really sound like they were in much trouble. They're kind of I don't know, almost assuming, yeah, we're probably going to be losing these attacking rounds, guys. So, let's just make sure that we make the best of it. We come out with a good life count, and we destroy them on our own defending rounds. So, not bad comms at all. They weren't muddy. They weren't messy. And I think best of all, especially the fact that they were losing out on that attacking round, we didn't hear, any exasperated voices. We didn't hear any negativity coming out. And that's right there is what really gets in the players' heads. So, overall, Valkyrie seeming pretty solid right now. We'll see how they're going to be shaping up here on this defense. Hoove, by the way, 17 and 14, looking fantastic. Followed up by Class going 13 and 12. So we could be seeing some fireworks coming out of him here in just a few seconds as the plane is just getting lit up. Hoove trying to get some wallbang shots. Unfortunately, that is going to get picked up. So really fantastic job there from Hyped. But where exactly is what is this number 2 class? Look at him. He's all the way back behind the team right here. Gonna be getting some really good cross shots.
Yeah, he's really looking for those guys playing when he should have been looking right in front of himself. Mega unfortunate there. Hyped. They do still have a little bit of a way out here. Zion, he's just looking to kill as many people as he can in this position. Does get the better of Hoove, but reinforcements instantly coming in for Valkyrie. They're at least keeping them nice and delayed here. Class does finally get the better of him, but look at this. Hyped eSports. If they could, man, if it was more than just pattern here, I would have said this could be a great way to break the game open. But a little bit of a man by himself and gets fragged out there. I mean, they at least keep their path out of their spawn nice and clear, but they're not really doing a whole lot with this map positioning here, Brett, if I'm totally honest. They haven't gotten any pickups on the objective. They're keeping the live count close, but maybe that's all they really want to do. Maybe they're just so certain, and maybe they should be certain that they're going to be getting this final defense.
I'd kind of like to see number 6 maybe get on in there onto that B side just to stop the clock right now. But they are going to be wasting a lot of time. Maybe they're just kind of trying to play out the life. That's exactly what it is. They're playing out the life right now. And they're just going to go ahead, even it up 18-18. We'll see who is going to be able to get that defensive side of things. And yeah, so, you know, that could be a massive IQ play if they were doing the math there during the game, which is very possible. If they did end up getting the advantage in terms of the maximum amount of deaths going on in, then this would be huge. Let's go ahead and see who is going to be on the defending side. And it is going to be Hyped Esports. So great play in that last round. That was very heads up. And honestly, this should be theirs in the bag.
Yeah, you would really think so. But I've seen teams just get absolutely shocked in this final round. You know, Valkyrie, they're not in the mindset of, oh, let's just try and not lose a whole lot of lives right now. They're in the mindset of, let's freaking win this right now. They're going in hard for plane. Pattern going to be coming off of A. Hoove knows this generally, but he hops back on and takes a spot without Pattern being any the wiser. Pattern, he knows that he's generally here because his teammate shot him and called him out, and that is going to be a good kill there. Valkyrie going to be playing their cards very close to their chest here. If they can get a Poos here, that is basic playing control going on in their hands, Brett. If they can get frags, I know that they saw him. Frag's going to realize that he has been spotted out. He's hopping down. Teammates coming in to his aid. This is good stuff coming around the back. The Viper sandwich is about to be made, and Valkyrie, they have not really gotten a whole lot of good going in their hands in this round.
No, it's not. They do have a little bit of control here. They've got control of playing. They are going to be pushing up on A. They've been able to get 2 down onto that A side of the map. So it's only going to be Zion right now that's there for the defense. And he does win a huge gunfight to stop any kind of progression happening onto that A point for just a few moments. That was huge here, as Don now is going to be the last one left really to make this defense happen. And Pattern shuts it down. That is just fantastic plays coming out from them. Now with only 30 seconds left to try and make this happen, as Hyped Esports, it's within their grasp on this map number 3. We'll see if Don can play spoiler here, as he is going to be getting on for that capture.
Yeah, isn't that like Arnold Schwarzenegger quote? Shut it down! And that's exactly what they did, Brett. Going right on in here, Valkyrie, they were trying to play their hands very, very cool, but Hyped Esports, they were even more wise to it in their positions, and despite some good kills coming out from like Class and Dawn over on A for a second, their Hyped Esports, they were just able to reassert themselves there. Nothing really came to help out Valkyrie in that situation. Eventually, they just got worn down to nothing after too many gunfights.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it really shows you as to why that map is so defensive heavy. And yeah, I mean, really, really good plays coming out from Hype. They very heads up play by them, being able to realize what the life count was going to be in that round number 4. You know, some people may be criticizing because they pretty much stopped going for the attack. 30 seconds left in that round number 4. So they definitely knew what was up, and very heads up play from them. Whoever made that call, props to you. You did a fantastic job in the end. That does give them the win here, as they were going on the defensive side. So really good plays coming out all around from every one of those players there on Hyped. Valkyrie, now, I mean, you did take the first hard point. Now you got to make it hard point number 2. Take it to a map number 5. We'll see if that's going to be the case. I believe we are going on to
Raid, Brett. We're going on to Raid, which is a place where Valkyrie has not really had too much of a fun time. Yeah, they always make it very, very close, but they always just can't finish their dinner. Search and Destroy especially, but I've also seen them struggle a little bit on the hard point as well. So yeah, going into this hard point, Brett, hyped. They've looked like they've got some seriously good minds in their head, some great shot calls coming out from them. I think that might have been the plan, just even going into that round. They took a little bit of a look, and COD players doing math, apparently it was a lot better than my math, as they were like, yeah, we're so sure. As long as we keep it like it is right now, don't give too much stuff away, play together, hold plane, make sure that they don't push into our spawn. They played basically defense on the offense, Brett. And I kind of respect it. I really do respect it, because it got them through in the end. It got them where they needed. It put them in a position where they can close out the map, and now they're in a position where they can close out the series as well. They did fall a little bit short in the beginning to Valkyrie, but let's not forget how close it was initially, Brett. It was basically a 2-point game all the way up until the end of the final rotation's P4.
Yeah, I think honestly on that last round right there, I mean, that was just more type of play coming out from a Call of Duty team than just getting kills, you know, and that's something that we kind of see a whole lot with the amateur sides. Is it's just let's see how much individual talent we can throw at it, and just get kills, and then you end up winning games because of it. But when you do see those teams that recognize some of those moments to where, hey, yeah, we can kind of hold back a little bit, let's have those big brain plays, it's really refreshing to see. But going on into this hard point, you know, we are going to be having to see Valkyrie on another level. The momentum definitely in the favor here of hype. They look fantastic there in that S&D with the 6-2. They definitely looked good. For the most part, I think they look good overall in the control. And they're going to have, like I said, the momentum going into the hard point here. So they're feeling pretty good. And with this raid coming on up, I think they like raid. Most teams do. So they're going to be feeling pretty comfortable on it. And we'll see who is going to be able to come out with a bang. And I don't know. Chat, let me know who you guys think is going to win. We're going to be seeing Valkyrie being able to take this to a map number 5, or does Hype able to take this in a 3-1 fashion?
Yeah, let me get a hashtag V for victory for Valkyrie if you want them in the chat, or whatever their preferred hashtag is. And for Hyped Esports, let me just get a hashtag hyped, because the name itself is self-explanatory. Everyone getting in here now, Brett, and I'm really curious to see how this one does go. My expectations, I don't really know where to set them at, because Valkyrie, they looked like they were having hard times early on in the game last time. They were very good at least towards the end, realizing what those plays were and finishing off strong. But will they be able to do the same here, and have they learned the lessons from the last map?
Well, Viper has really good games on this map, so I'm looking for him to go big here in this game. He is going to be able to start this out with a kill of his own. Does get flanked, though, and we are going to be seeing frags coming on in to clear out the point. We'll start to get that time there for his team. Nice little 2 kills onto the point. Make that 3, as frags is on a 3 streak here. Does finally get taken down, but a nice little way to contest that point. But right now, both of these teams, they are just fighting, trying to make sure they're going to be able to get these rotations here coming on in for next, because that is going to be that kitchen hard point, which is really important here on this map. So yeah, I think Valkyrie is perfectly fine with gaining up all of this time, and Hyped is also perfectly fine with giving up the time, just because they could potentially lock down a good solid 30-40 seconds here on this next point.
Yeah, they could. It would be a lot easier if they had the spawns, though, Brett. They lose them at the last second, I do believe, to a very untimely death, forcing them to spawn on away. Not the hard block for the spawns is now gone, and Valkyrie are in on the objective. Frag's trying to come around the side and get the guy over in garden to make a play for money, but not a very cash money play right there, as they do go down. Pattern with a little bit of a pick on Class, but you see, he's got basically the rest of his team hunkered down on the objective. And Hyped, they just cannot even get close to a flank without dying. And when they push right down the middle, the same damn thing happens. Hoove and Don getting 1 apiece, and Hyped forced out for the spawns. And you see Valkyrie, they know that no chow is going to come out here, especially with the full team wipe. They feel the confidence to push up and prevent Hyped from getting any real momentum going in this.
Yeah. Take a look at Hoove real quick and see if he's got the artillery yet. I just want to see if he's been able to... Oh, so close to it. But now we are going to be seeing the push commencing here over on that garage hard point. Zion, though, is going to be able to pick up 2, Pattern to 3rd. So they've been able to hold off on this first wave, and Frags will be able to stop Who from getting those streaks. That is huge here, as those could have been critical later on in this game. But Hyped Esports, they are looking to try and get themselves back into this match. Fuse with a beautiful job. He's going to be able to snap on 2. Quick turnaround, but Valkyrie have made their way inside the hard point.
Oh, Fuse. Dude, this guy is really diffusing the situation. Hyped Esports, they really can get in here with the superior manpower now, but they're taking really long time. Valkyrie able to reinforce, but not as fast as Hyped Esports, apparently. They get right on in. Viper, the only one that can really do anything and put their opponents in diapers there. He does get a little bit taken down, but you see Hyped Esports, they're in the same position that Valkyrie had put them in a second ago. Early rotation coming out. Class getting killed a bit early, I do believe, and that's going to force a spawn out. Zion winning that fight. Going to find another one almost, but Pattern does get the pickup, and they're going to be able to make a play in here with the spawn flip.
We are going to be seeing number 6 there in your screen. Zion trying to make a play happen, but that's going to be Viper going big, able to shut that down. Pattern, though, he's been a solid player so far all game long. Let's see if he can actually do it again. Pulls out. No, not going to be able to take down Class. The Fuse, though, going to be following it up. It's a 1v2 inside the point. He does get taken down, but now Zion is back for more. Back behind the point in court, and look at that. It is just chaos right now inside court. Class still going to be staying alive as he's diving and dodging. Class 12-7 currently. And that is going to be Valkyrie taking a massive lead right now in this hard point.
Don't forget about shooting, Brett. He's down 5 in a row, so where Hoove was denied the streaks, Class might still be able to get him or not. Just the foot peeking over the top there is, I think, what was the case. He does totally get taken down. Foot shots OP, but you see, despite the break, Valkyrie, they have gotten an enormous lead here, Brett. They've almost got 100 points over their opponents. I just noticed that, crazy enough. But yeah, they can only extend that right now. Pattern trying to make a play for Ring, which is good. He might be able to help his teammates get in here with a nice little kill on Dawn. Class does get the better of him, though. But that does really help when you're trying to go in here. Hoove on the mission, though. Ipuz, he does get him, but Trey's coming out left, right, and center here, Brett. This only goes to help Valkyrie because they have the majority of the time here. This is time that Hyped Esports cannot afford to give away. They really need to win it, and the longer this hill goes uncontested really helps Valkyrie.
Oh, absolutely. And right now, even with it being contested, it's going to be going really helping out Valkyrie as well. They've got a 100-point lead here, just a few moments. That is just insane to see, as Pattern now going to be able to stay alive. No, he does end up getting picked up. That's by Class picking up 2 real quick. And it does look like the rotation is going to be won for now by Valkyrie. We'll see how long that they're actually going to be able to hold on to this. Should be able to get that initial time that's going to be coming on in, especially when Viper is hitting shots like that. It's going to be able to hold on here towards a laundry. So now the push is going to be commencing over there on the other side of the map from garage side. The Fuse is going to be coming on in, see if he can make anything happen. Now, we did have an explosive start coming in for Valkyrie on this point, and they are still going to be able to do some explosive work here. Pattern is the last one left up alive, as Hoop does get caught in a crossfire there from Frags, so no help. But, man, I got to say, Hype, they're starting to regain a little bit, and I think this would be an awesome time here to go take a listen in on the Hype Esports.
Absolutely, Brett. We're going in and doing that right now.
It's all good. It's all good. One and old. Don dead. Hit through the back. Hit through the back. Don't go mid. One's in the back. I got naded. Back laundry. Back laundry. Hit the kid together.
Money right now.
Together.
Money's a one shot. It's down.
One.
Good shit, Kyle. Good shit.
One kitchen.
He's gonna chase me.
Down in front. They're both weak.
Two pillars, both weak.
One's cut out.
Oh, good.
Oh.
He's dead.
Front dead.
Yeah, Brett, I don't really know what to make of those either. They sounded very similar to the listening we had with Valkyrie. Definitely was a lot more of one person talking as opposed to the entire team talking, I would say. But yeah, definitely a little bit of stress in the voices there. They know they have to win this one, and I could definitely detect a little bit more stress in their voices than Valkyrie.
Yeah, there was some frustration coming in there from the Hyped. They definitely are having a hard time here. Now we do see them already setting up for another rotation over onto Garage. So they are going to have to play basically perfect Call of Duty in order to make this comeback. 217 points right now for Valkyrie, as they have just basically blown them out of the water so far. A full 60 here isn't really going to get them all that close. They'll be about 150 points or so, but they're going to have to make sure that they also win the next rotation without giving up too much time. And we'll see if that's going to be the case here. Dawn trying to poke on in. Class is going to be the next one left, so the contention is going to be happening. And every single time this thing is contested, that is going to be lost time, valuable time, and possibly even losing out totally onto the hardpoint itself. So now Valkyrie absolutely can take the win here. Where do we see the response here from Hyped? They've got to get in. They've got to make it happen now. Here's the push. It's going to be setting on up. Frax is going to be making his way on in with a fuse. It's going to be a two-man push hitting it into the front. But honestly, right now, Valkyrie, they've already made the rotation all the way into the back towards court. They're going to be able to lock this up. We've got one push from Hype that's going to be able to make this happen. And if they don't, this is definitely going to be Valkyrie's game.
Yeah, that was definitely more than you even really needed from Valkyrie on that objective. As if you really needed anything off that objective at all. They would have been fine if they hadn't even gotten a single second into their favor on that one. They are sitting so pretty right now. Hyped eSports, they were forced to see that last hill through, and in the meantime, Valkyrie was just using that precious, precious time to get set up here. And just like that, Brett, we are going into a map number 5. Valkyrie really coming in and ending their curse on Raid. How do you like that, ladies and gentlemen? Starting strong on this map, finishing strong on this map. Looked strong very much throughout. And now Valkyrie, they are going to have their chance in map number 5.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful play coming out from Valkyrie. They show once again that they are the stronger team here in the hardpoint game. They look comfortable in both of them, and even more so they're on Raid. Valkyrie, all of their players were definitely firing on all cylinders. Viper definitely stepped it up. He had a fantastic game. Hoove leading the charge. I believe he broke 30, or he was getting damn near close, breaking 30 kills that game. But Hoove has been solid this entire match so far, and he's just looking even more fantastic there in that last game. And then, of course, the rest of their team are just being solid players all around. So, yeah, Valkyrie looking fantastic. They may have lost the S&D. They may have lost the control. It looked like maybe the momentum was in the favor here of Hyped, but they just stopped it all at once. And honestly, they didn't even make that game look close. That was theirs the entire time from the word go. They did not let off the necks of Hyped. And we'll see if they're going to be able to do the same here on this S&D. Now, going back to that last S&D, we're talking about 2 and 6. They were only able to grab 2 rounds from it. And we are going to be going into a Miami, which I think is, it definitely has some reminiscent qualities to, I would say, Moscow, in the fact that you do have one bomb site, which is going to be on Miami, which is going to be extremely fast-paced, close quarters, a high-octane type plays. And then on the other side of the map, you're going to be seeing more of a slow push style play where it's going to be a lot more open. It's going to come down to a lot more of your timing attacks, kind of like what we see on Moscow with that street bomb site and then the A bomb site. So, I think, man, it is very hard because we got the momentum of Valkyrie coming on into this S&D, but we have what we've already seen from Hyped, which is really solid S&D play coming out from them. Man, that's going to be hard. I mean, Pattern went off on that last S&D. I think he got like 12 or 13 kills. Pretty insane stuff. He was able to get streaks there towards the end. I mean, who do I give the edge to? I don't know. I want to give it to Valkyrie because of momentum, but I kind of think Hype has maybe the edge going into this one.
I can't really say either, Brett. Yes, yeah, they did win 6-2 on the first Search and Destroy, but that was 2 maps ago. Let's be honest. And Valkyrie, they just put the pedal to the metal on that last map a whole lot, and legend has it, they still got their foot on the gas to this very day, and they're going to need to keep it going right on through here. I'm sure that they've got these guys, they play challengers, especially Hoove, so I know that they've got the ability to regain and put past bad results out of their mind and just focus on the present.
But what map have we seen Valkyrie, what game type have we seen Valkyrie lose the last couple of times? It's been S&D.
Yeah.
So I think we can safely say that that is a weak point in their armor. So yeah, I think if you're a Valk fan, you're not necessarily worried, but you're definitely going to be cautious. Well, I mean, it's really going to come down to how explosive can Valkyrie be here in these first couple of rounds.
I think that is really going to be the case here too, Brett. Oh, Hoove going down early. Dawn, that's really not what you need if you're Valkyrie, or especially early on. Viper going to get a solid nade kill. Bomb is down up top in the hands of Zion, though, and he's got the 74U. He knows what he's got here, Brett. But the thing is that Pattern's on the opposite end of the map. If he can catch Class in the back, which he totally does, bad timing. Really the enemy of Valkyrie right now with Viper is all by himself, and now all of Hyped is condensed in onto the site, and they can help each other out. So yeah, window kind of shut here for Valkyrie, in my opinion.
Viper's going to have a very tough job here, and yeah, that's a terrible gunfight to have to take. You don't have the high ground, and everybody who's watched Star Wars knows you don't challenge when you don't have the high ground. And yeah, you can just see right there, just locking it down. So Zion looking fantastic there, but opening up, yeah, absolutely Hyped. Looked good. They were able to get 2 quick kills. Yeah, it was answered out back by 1, but honestly, they had control the entire time. So Valkyrie, what's your answer here? How are you going to be defending this? And Hyped, honestly, they're looking good here at the start, and this is not what you wanted to see. As I said, I think Valkyrie really needed to come out swinging. They needed to take at least 1 or 2 real quick rounds right from the start, leave them a little bit of wiggle room. But oh my God, this is a big hit here for B. Hoove is going to go big, though. He picks up 1, trying to go for the bait and switch. Fuse is going to be able to trade that out, taking down Dawn. Hoove gets away with his life, though, but the top section there at Piano is going to be getting taken over for Hyped, and they are going to be able to slow this down. Yeah. You see Class, though, the information is going to keep coming in. So Class is going to see Zion rotating back on over. He's going to potentially collapse in on this Hyped esports team. We'll see what their answer is going to be. Viper just waiting very, very patiently to see where they're going to be coming in through. Is it going to be the top, or is it going to be through Garage? And we do have, I think 2 of them are going to be making the way through Garage here in just a few seconds. Very slow, but they don't want to be too slow. Nice damage is going to be going down, pushes them on back. And this is great here for Valkyrie, I think, just wasting this time, making sure that Hyped is going to have to make these mistakes.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Valkyrie coming in and around the back. They do find Hoove on the site, but Bomb is down. Class is in the back, and this is really go time for Hyped Esports, but they get instantly stalled at Apuz. He knows he's got 1 to his back and 1 to his front. He's going to try and hit this guy out the back at the same time. He's really got to go for the kills at this point. Doesn't find any of them, and he realizes he's all by himself, but he's going to hold on to the hope of streaks with that 2 kill that he's gotten so far, that streak that he's got. But Valkyrie, it's a very strong defense. I think the intel game for them was really what did it. I mean, you see Class able to rotate like that for basically free without anyone really contesting him. He saw the rotation come out from the other team. He's like, you know what? I can go and rotate now too. So yeah, that flank really, really punished Hyped. If, say, Zion had been able to catch him in the middle there, then it could have been a completely different story. And I think we're going to start seeing people dedicating a little bit more attention to A and mid now as a result, Brett.
Well, I really don't think Hoove should have survived that initial engagement that we did see up there. So the fact that he was able to get out with his life was pretty impressive. But look at old sneaky Pattern here. He's going to be set up in an interesting position, kind of clipping through a couple of those items. And yeah, this is going to be kind of tough for him to be spotted out unless you just absolutely check that corner. But it does look like a 3-man push is going to be commencing here onto A. Hoove is just right on the other side there. Look at that. That is so crazy to see. Pattern is completely swarmed here.
Oh my God, no way.
And oh my God, they're going to be going up right now. It does look like Pattern is going to be able to get that initial kill, but he does get traded out. Not going to be waiting. A Fuse is going to be answering back, taking down Viper. So he's been able to wrap all the way around. Frags is going to be coming on in. He does catch Hoove. No, he's not going to be able to pick him up, but Class does end up going down. So now we're down to a 2v1 with Hoove as the last man left up alive. The bomb is down. He makes it a 1v1. Can he actually clutch this up? This is huge here for Valkyrie if he can actually make this happen. 27 seconds left on the clock. We do see now Zion getting onto the defuse. No. Is he going to be able to make it happen? Where's he checking? Hoove! You got to check it, Hoove! You got to check it, Hoove! Oh, no, he doesn't check it! It Hyped! They come out with the round win, Hoove! Oh, you had it, brother! You had it, but he just didn't check the bomb. Heads up play coming in from Zion.
Yeah, that was just good all up until the finish there from Hoove. Class and him, they really made a believer in me that they could snake that round away from them, without lack of a better term. But yeah, Valkyrie, that is a tough round to lose. Hoove, he had it in the palm of his hand right there. But I guess the early defuse play, we've been seeing it happen a lot more in the CDL. Not necessarily the ninja defuse, but usually people watching over the defuse. A lot of confidence coming out from Hyped Esports to even go for something like that.
I think that's the third defuse that I've seen so far like that. I think Shifty's speech has really rubbed off on these players, as I think he's actually in the chat there, so Shifty is loving that. But yeah, I mean, that was just fantastic heads-up play coming in here for Hype to be able to steal that round away, which Hoove had all the momentum in his favor, should have been able to come out with the win potentially there, you would think, especially with a Krig versus that sub. But right now we are on round number 4, as we're going to be on board here with Frags furthest pushed on up. And we do see the rotation coming back in. It looks like, Class is going to be able to cut him down. Yeah, that's a very good shot coming in from Class. So information is going to be coming on him. Bomb down as well. Oh, no. But Pattern does answer back with a really nice shot there on Hoove. But, man, if Valkyrie knows that the bomb is there, that is going to be so hard to get to.
I don't think they quite know. Viper! That's a huge gunfight to lose, and it allows Pattern to pick up the bomb. But you see Classy's rotated, and he is already in position. Maybe stop this defuse. He's just going to be in good position. Oh my god, they might have to hop off the bomb here, or totally not. You see, now it's all on Dawn on the flank now, Brett, and he doesn't have the proper gun for this. Say what you want about the 74U, but it does not beam that far, especially when you're up against 3 in the middle of the beach with absolutely 0 cover. It's another great win for Hyped.
Yeah, that's... Oh! Is this not reminiscent of what we saw in map number 2? I mean,
it really is.
This is getting out of hand, man. Valkyrie, guys, you've got to step it up now. I mean, they cannot go down 5-2 in this map and expect to be able to pull out a win. I just don't think they have it in them here. We're going to see if they can actually start stealing these rounds, or getting back these rounds, rather. Hyped. They got that momentum on their side. So, yeah, 1-3. Advantage Hyped. We'll see if Valkyrie is going to be able to make this happen. A big B push is commencing right now. We'll see how fast it's actually going to be happening, as the setup is going to be there, mainly for the defense for Hyped. We'll be able to pick up 1. That's Hoove, though, taking down 2. That is huge. Gets the kills, jumps on out, but Pattern is going to be on the flank, so he's going to be trying to even this up. 2 versus 2. Who's going to come out on top right now? We need to be seeing that bomb going down probably here in the next 20 seconds or so. Yep, Hoove is going to be able to get onto it. But look at that. Hoove now, the last one alive. Can he actually pull out the 1v2 and go clutch?
Pops the wall at a great time, and Hoove just about skirts on away. I think maybe a little bit of a lapse in communication there. Viper, he pushed right on in to Hype's zone of control without Hoove. I think he was trying to get in a position because he didn't know that they had fully rotated there yet, but maybe it would have been a better idea from Valkyrie. They had a guy that hadn't fully rotated to site, and they had a guy on site. Maybe if they had just used a little bit of a 2v1 idea there, say, hey, we got a guy in front of us, guy behind us, let's see if we can take one together and just get our position even better. Hoove trying to come around the corner, not a lot you can do right there with that little bit of time remaining. And Hyped Esports, this might not even be as close as the last one, Brett. They're looking even better than they did, just getting better with time, aging like fine wine apparently is Hyped Esports, looking to make this 4-4 and make themselves a little bit of a spot in the playoffs, a wild card area.
Yeah, you know, right now Hoove is trying, Class is trying, 5-4 there for Hoove, 4-4 for Class, but Dawn and Viper are just struggling so bad. And this is what we saw in the last match as well. Dawn and Viper not looking so good in the S&Ds, and they just got to start trading out. They got to start getting some kills. You know, Pattern, though, is looking good. A Fuse 8-3. I mean, he is looking fantastic, because we do see Dawn getting a little bit of damage going on in. Oh, but look at this. We do see some frags going back and forth. So far, wait, was that a team nade that almost came in and got him? But Hyped is going to have the slight advantage. The push is going to be coming on in. Beautiful job there to clean out that top section. Now it's going to be down to a 2 versus 4. The only advantage right now, really, that Valkyrie has is the fact that they are defending at the moment. And we do see the bomb now rotating all the way over to that A side, but Pattern, he's going to be in a perfect position here to cut off these reinforcements. Oh, not quite able to get Viper. Finally does connect with the shots, but Class, that's just too tall of an order. He ends up going down 5-1. Guys, come on. Valkyrie, what happened here? We said S&D was not their sharpest game, but man, they are just getting stopped.
I'm a little bit speechless here, Brett. I thought that Valkyrie was going to be pulling out something a little bit different than they are right now. But if you look right here, First Blood's really going in the hands officially now of to Hyped Esports. And the big thing here is that I hate to point out stuff like this because it doesn't always tell the whole story, but Don, he is just getting a little bit, I think, caught on the rotations here, especially because he doesn't have a whole lot of damage to go along with this. I think he's just getting caught out without even being able to fire off a bullet a lot of the time. Zion Cities, he's just chilling here, waiting for this A push. Does he see Viper? Viper taking a little bit of big fat boo-boos there, but gets away. Nade might be on point, though. No, not quite. And now they got the call out here. Hoof trying to overextend. Luckily for him, Zion runs out of ammo. So a little bit of the fortunes playing into the hands of Hoof here as they now have a little bit of sight control. Do have to be careful a little bit for mid, though, Brett.
No, right now, I think they may have waited just a little bit too long to get that bomb down. The rotations are going to be coming on in, and you are going to be seeing Zion being able to get that initial first blood on Viper. So, yeah, this is all falling apart right now. Class is going to be getting caught out. A lot of long-range shots are going to be coming on in. Hoove does answer on back, so they've been able to take control of the building back behind that A site. They will have that initial high ground coming on in. Pattern, though, he's going to be able to catch Class out of position. 2v3 coming on down to 20 seconds or so. The bomb nowhere near getting planted. Hoove is going to be able to catch Pattern. Maybe. Looks like they did go back and forth, not getting the kill just yet, just barely able to get onto that B site. So the bomb is going to go down, but Hoove is going to be able to make it back to his teammate. He does.
That's huge.
Oh my God, Hoove, the amount of times that he's been able to get out of danger and save his life, but is it actually going to matter in the end? Again, they are still down one player, and we are going to be seeing the advantage here for a Hyped. But Hyped is going to be repositioning themselves. We do see a Fuse now starting to jump in, potentially right there onto that B bomb site. Big flank going to be coming around here for Pattern and a Fuse. Hoove, is he going to be able to make this play? This is going to be huge. He checks the bomb. We'll be able to pick up one. Picks up two. This is huge. Where is the Fuse? He wraps all the way back around. 6 seconds left. He has no time for the defuse. Only able to pick up a couple of kills. And Valkyrie, they stay alive.
Well, I mean, they stay alive until when it matters the most. Valkyrie going to be getting that round. Oh my God, the slightest of margins, though. If they had just somehow managed to find Hoof here, he just pops over the top. Worst time possible for Hyped Esports as they're both looking the wrong angle. I think they just assumed incorrectly that they had just all pushed out to the same position that I think Class did, but Hoof still chilling there in a position to play spoiler absolutely perfectly. Again, Brett, they just got to take this one round at a time. They can totally do this still. It's never, ever impossible. But not only will they have to get 4 rounds in a row, they'll have to beat back their tendencies to lose round 11.
See if that's going to be the case. If we can even find a round 11 here in this match. And it's going to be Hoove versus Frags. Oh my God, he's just sitting right there on the edge. Is he going to be spotted out here? He's got to know. He's got to be able to check it. Oh, he loses the gunfight, and that is huge. Hoove has been critical here for this team, now down to a 2v3. And yeah, Dawn has not had the best game, but he's going to have to show up right here, right now, and he's not able to do it. All up to Class. Oh no, it's falling apart here at the seams. What looked like may have been the start to a comeback is getting shut down right before it can really get going. And Class, he's just going to have to let this bomb go down and try and make this retake happen. And I don't see it happening here, man.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough, especially when you're not even able to cross the middle of the map. That is going to be Hyped Esports taking a so big needed game, dude. Holy crap. And now they literally did it the same way that they did it in the Moscow, 6-2. We were wondering if Valkyrie was going to be able to pull it out, and you rightfully said that this is a big problem for them as their search and destroy ability came back to bite them again as they lose another round in the exact same scoreline to Hyped Esports, who are your winners of the night, ladies and gentlemen. That is huge from Hyped Esports. Let's take a little bit of a quick look at how this is going to affect the game overall. You see Valkyrie, They are going to still be, I do believe, a little bit... Yeah, they're going to be ahead of Living Nightmare still, but Hyped Esports is going to be leapfrogging them. They're going to be right behind Indiana Syndicate, who is now fighting God Gaming right after this at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Brett. That is going to be a really interesting game because of another thing that we do know, and it is that God Gaming can somehow, through some interesting works of mathematics, still make playoffs here with a win tonight over against Indiana Syndicate. Care to expand upon that for me?
Yeah, so it actually starts all with this Hyped versus Valkyrie match. So Hyped needs to beat Valkyrie. God Gaming needs to beat Indiana Syndicate, which that is a tall order, but you never know. Crazy things do end up happening. Then God Gaming needs to win in week number 10 match. That's going to be next week. And then that also, we need to be seeing Living Nightmare lose both of their matches. But as we've seen, they have been forfeiting quite a bit. So that is definitely a possibility. And Valkyrie, if they do lose versus Finale in their week 10 match, which is definitely a possibility as well, then there is an opportunity for God Gaming to actually get into the playoff bracket, which is pretty crazy just to think of. But yeah, a lot of stuff is going to have to go. A lot of stuff is going to have to happen. This was the first domino to fall. Maybe we can see more. But yeah, I mean, just taking a look right now, that is huge here for Hyped Esports. They're going to be able to get lock their way up into the middle of the pack, going 4-4, and they got to be just so happy about that. They really played well today. Pattern was looking fantastic all night tonight, and really should be giving him a little bit of a pat on the back there. But looking over at Valkyrie definitely, obviously we see that S&D is one of their problem areas, right? The last couple of matches that we've seen, they've been losing the S&D. I mean, they even lost the S&D to God Gaming, which, I mean, I hate saying it like that because it's like, oh my God, it's God Gaming has had some really close maps here, guys, but they are 1-6, one being a forfeit win. So you would expect them to be able to play a little bit better, but they have lost consistently their S&Ds. You go into this match right now, 6-2 for map number 2, 6-2 for map number 5. They got to fix this. They've got to do something. Week number 10 comes around against Finale. There's a very real possibility that they lose versus Finale. And yeah, I mean, possibly not even making it into the playoffs. This is big. They got to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, let's see again the leaderboard real quick. Who would they be denying the spot for? It would be Living Nightmare, and I do believe Valkyrie. So yeah, Valkyrie got to really bring it next week up against Finale Gaming. Losing this one, not ideal. Losing up against Finale, I think that would be their finale in the league because, yeah, I don't know, man. It would have to also coincide with a lot of good stuff coming out from God Gaming, like a win tonight over Indiana. So, yeah, Valkyrie, they are a little bit skating on thin ice here, but at the same time, that also anticipates the fact that Living Nightmare keeps on losing at the same time.
The whole God Gaming thing, that is just like a crazy possibility that could potentially happen. I mean, I don't think anybody is actually seriously thinking that they're going to be Indiana Syndicate, but it's just one of those theoretical things that could happen, like those big loopholes, that a team could jump up all the way from basically last seed all the way up into the playoffs. But nobody's really expecting it to happen. But, for Valkyrie here, yeah, this is a tough loss. This is a real tough loss. They've got to fix their problems. Who've looked good most of the night. In the respawns, in the hard point, Valkyrie looked fantastic. Even in the control, they were looking really good for the most part. They just were not able to get that life advantage there towards the very end. But, in respawns, they're solid. Viper was doing really well. Dawn had some really good flanks that we were showing. Hoove was just solid all around. I think, honestly, we could say Hoove for their team is the most solid player throughout the whole entire night. But they've got to start getting it together, and we're not seeing that in the S&Ds. So maybe they'll be able to fix it for week number 10. I don't know. Finale is going to be looking at this, and they're going to go, oh yeah, guys, let's make sure our S&D is locked down tight, and we'll have a good match. But yeah, so Real quick, guys, I do want to throw a quick little shout out here to our partners list, GitGudHosts, for supplying us with these amazing servers to be able to play on, giving us the most fair and balanced competition that we can have online. And then, of course, DropShotStats for supplying us with these awesome stats that we're able to use and create these storylines throughout this season. So definitely drop them a like and drop them a follow on Twitter too. They post up every single day. So thank you to those guys. Gamers Resort for the mental health. Thank you guys for doing some fantastic work out there. I mean, that's something that is overlooked all too often. And in these times, obviously, we have a lot of people that are struggling. And those type of organizations absolutely play a critical role here in our time. And then, of course, DesignByYou.com, creating the awesome overlays that we do use, as well as the fantastic intro videos. I got to say, I am stoked to see what the intro videos are going to be for the playoffs. I know they're going to have a lot of really cool hyped and highlight moments coming on in, but definitely something to look out for. But I think that is going to be just about it here. Kamika, do you have anything else here to wrap it up?
No, I do not. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you guys come back for our 10 o'clock game. Thank you for you guys tuning in for this one. And make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out. That was a pretty dang good match, if I do say so myself. And we might have a little bit of a spicy one coming up at 10 p.m. with God Gaming versus Indiana Syndicate. If it's ever going to be possible, ladies and gentlemen, it starts in about 18 minutes. Without further ado, guys, we'll see you in the next one.